And we're back here at the Twilight Zone. Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball, Thursday, July 25th, 2019. Our matchup today, first place. No, not first place. People's United versus Rainbow Graphics. Starting lineup for Rainbow Graphics. Leading off playing center field, Eric Brainerd. Third base, Evan Chamberlain, batting second. Batting third is the first baseman, Jack Johnson. The catcher, Ryan Pandolfi, batting fourth. Eric Anderson batting fifth. He's playing second base. John Nolette is the shortstop, batting sixth. Mike Susi is a designated hitter, batting seventh. Zach Dalton is batting eighth, and Tim Hanlon is the left fielder. It looks like Zach Dalton will be the right fielder. And on the mound, Ryan Callahan for Rainbow Graphics, and a ground ball in the first pitch. The shortstop, Jack Risley, fires it over to Will Woods over at first base for People's United. People's United defensively, around the infield, Will Woods at first, Grant Duford at second, Jay Bonilla at third, Jack Risley at short. And here is Evan Chamberlain for Rainbow Graphics. And ball down low from Cody Fisher. Cody Fisher on the mound, Ted Elsner catching this evening. And Chamberlain takes a second pitch strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Outfield left to right, Mac Finnegan in left. Thad Zentek is the center fielder, and over in right is Darren Grabowski. Chamberlain now at 2-1 with one down here in the top of the first. And a line drive base hit to center field. So Chamberlain will be on with the first hit of today's game. People's United comes in at 13-7. They're in third place, 4.5 games out. One game behind second place Vernon Orioles. And the league leaders, the Record Journal Expos, are at 16-1 thus far this season. And here's Thad Zentek, the center fielder, left-handed hitter. And foul back into the parking lot here at Weathersfield High School. And an 0-1 here now to Zentek from Fisher, looking on. And another line tapper towards short. Risley handles it himself around the bag. And he's got a double for Rainbow Graphics. No runs on one hit, no errors, and no one left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Rainbow 0, Peoples coming to bat. For Rainbow Graphics, they come in at 4-15. They are 2 games back of the middle of the pack with Ulbrich, South Windsor, and Mallows bunched up behind 4 teams with 12 wins or more. There's still some baseball left here in the regular season, so Rainbow Graphics with an opportunity tonight to inch themselves closer to a better position for the playoffs coming up next month. Defensively for Rainbow Graphics, around the infield, Jack Johnson at first, Eric Anderson at second, Evan Chamberlain at third, and the shortstop is John Nolette. Left to right in the outfield, we got Tim Hanlon in left, Eric Brainerd in center, and Zach Dalton in right. On the mound is Ryan Callahan, and his battery mate this evening is Ryan Pandolfi. And here's Jack Risley for People's United to lead off the bottom of the first. And here's the first offering. And a high pop fly towards center field. Should be playable. And the center fielder, Brainerd, is under it. And Risley's retired with the first out. Right fielder Darren Grabowski steps up. And the left-hander, Ryan Callahan, on the mound. And a hard hit ball towards short. Nolette fields it. And the little fumble there gives Grabowski an opportunity to cross the bag before the throw. So an error on Nolette puts Grabowski on. And Thad Zentek, the center fielder, steps up. And a ball up high brings the count to 1-1. Callahan, left-hander, going to be tough to run on him. And foul back behind us. The high fence in straightaway left. And the fence all around the field looks like it's at least 8 feet. Zentek calls time. Callahan steps off. Grabowski on it first. And a tough pitch there. And a high fly ball again to Brainerd in center. That's playable. He settles under it, and that's the second out. Grabowski does not look like a threat to run. He doesn't have any steals this season. He does have 10 runs scored. So and here's Will Woods. Pops it toward the right side. And the right fielder comes on and makes a play right in front of the second baseman. Eric Anderson, right fielder, Zach Dalton makes the play there. So we finished one here in Wethersfield. Rainbow 0, People 0. And here's the catcher, Ryan Pandolfi. The lead off the top of the second. Rainbow Graphics. Check swing ball in the dirt. 1-0. And ground ball towards short. Another opportunity for Ridgely. Bear hands it over to first in time. Pandolfi retired, and here is Nick Anderson. And a ball line foul down the first base side. Anderson down the count here, 0-1. Anderson comes in as his 19th game appearance. He's 9 for 46. With 7 walks. And the ball outside. Here's a 2-1 from Callahan. And a line drive towards second. Fielded there. And an easy play for Duford. Grant Duford at second base today. A bit of a change in the lineup here for Peoples. Bonilla at third. Usually we see Davila there. And Tyler Pina out of the lineup so far tonight. And here is Nolet with 2 down. John Nolet, 5 for 45 on the season. 7 walks. And a strike at the knees there. Puts Nolet behind. at 1-2. And a ground ball toward short again. Risley fields it in the glove over to Woods. And Nolet is retired. So a lot of action for Risley. Now with 4 putouts. Here after 2. We go to the bottom of the second. Rainbow 0, People 0. So in the top of the first for Peoples, we saw Risley, Grabowski, Zentek, and Woods. Due up here in the bottom of the second is Mac Finnegan, the left fielder, the third baseman Jay Bonilla, and the catcher Ted Elsner. And if we get any further, the 8-9 will be the designated hitter Eric Malinowski and the second baseman Grant Duford. So here's Finnegan, who homered at Dunkin' Donuts Park on Sunday for the Multiple Sclerosis Charity Series. Finnegan 16 for 47 on the season. This is his 17th game appearance. Is a 340 average and 19 runs batted in to go with his 2 home runs. And a strike there, the left-hander Fisher. And a hard hit ball toward third. And fired over to first is going to be way high. And Finnegan will advance towards second. Throw coming in late. The third baseman there, Evan Chamberlain, with a high throw on the ground ball from Finnegan. So People's unable to convert on the error in the first. Let's error on Grabowski's ground ball. And let's see what they can do here with the leadoff runner on and Jay Bonilla, the third baseman, up. And foul back here. Jay Bonilla making his 9th game appearance. He's 4 for 22 on the season. And a fly ball toward right. Finnegan will advance on the sacrifice, and the ball gets away to the fence, but Finnegan will hold. So 1 down now, and Ted Elsner at the plate. Elsner 11 for 49 and a 224 batting average. His 19th game appearance on the season. First pitch ball outside. So Fisher in a little bit of a jam here with Callahan in a little bit of a jam here with a runner at third. And now L's are down on the count. 1-2. And L's are called out on strikes looking. So Callahan now with 2 down. And Malinowski stepping up to the plate. Malinowski, his 4th appearance this season, takes the first pitch ball. He's got 5 at-bats and no hits thus far. A hit here will break that 0 streak and give him his first RBI of the season. Finnegan at third. And a ball down low and inside. And the ball gets away from Callahan. On the throwback, but Finnegan not going anywhere. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Close pitch there on the outside part of the plate. Malinowski's on with a walk. And here's the second baseman, Duford. And Duford, his 3rd appearance of the season and his 3rd at-bat of the season. 1st and 3rd with 2 down. Let's see if Malinowski tries to advance to give them 2 runners in scoring position. And no go there. Malinowski being held on by Jack Johnson at first. Fisher looks over. And pop foul out of play. And unlikely that Malinowski will try and advance here without a hit. Over at first. Outfield straight away. And Duford takes a called 3rd strike looking for the final out here in the bottom of the second. Looked like he thought maybe it was inside. But Callahan gets out of the jam. And after 2, Rainbow 0, People 0. So here in the top of the third, we'll have the 7-8-9 designated hitter Mike Susi, right fielder Zach Dalton, and left fielder Tim Hanlon due up for Rainbow Graphics. Susi comes in his third game appearance of the season, and he's 0 for 4 thus far. Cody Fisher back on the mound for Peoples, his third inning of work. First pitch ball in the dirt there. And swing and a miss. So Fisher up early in the count here, 0-2. And ground ball to third. Bonilla scoops it up, fires it across the diamond, and Will Woods makes a nice play. Backhanded stab there to keep his foot on the bag and hold Rainbow Graphics off the base path for now. One down here in the third, and here's Zach Dalton. Looks like we might have had a... Yeah, we had a... Looks like Dalton making his first appearance of the season. And ball in the dirt. For Fisher, his 8th appearance of the season. He comes in undefeated at 5-0. And another ball in the dirt there. Evens the count up. Oh, full count at 3-2. Fisher comes in at 32 2/3 innings pitched, 27 hits. He's only given up 11 runs, 9 of them earned, and a 1.93 ERA. And a swing and a miss, and Fisher's got himself his first strikeout. And here's the 9-hitter, Hanlon. That's Fisher's 19th strikeout on the season. And a strike right at the knees. Fisher with 5 games started and 1 complete game this season. And curveball inside. Hanlon. Another pitch inside. Fisher has yet to face Rainbow Graphics this season, and he loses Hanlon. So a 2-out walk. In Fisher's 5 starts this season, all of them wins. And fires over to Woods. Keep Hanlon close to the bag there. And here's Eric Brainerd, who grounded the short in the first to lead off the game. A ball in the dirt there. Hanlon with over at first without a stolen base thus far this season. Brainerd is 8 for 42. His 16th game appearance, he's struck out 16 times. And a ball inside. And another ball close on the outside corner. Misses. And the count runs full now. We're going to put Brainerd on as well. And we have runners on first and second now for Evan Chamberlain. Chamberlain, a 281 hitter with 4 walks, 9 hits, and 32 at-bats. It's his 13th game appearance of the season. He singled in the first for the game's first hit. Was retired on the double play. The on-deck batter, Jack Johnson, on a ground ball to Nolet. And Chamberlain takes a second pitch strike, and count evens up at 1-1. Chamberlain down now 1-2. Cody Fisher mostly hitting his spots so far this evening. And tapper foul. Fisher has gotten ahead on the batters, but he's lost the last 2. Giving up consecutive walks now, with Hanlon at second and Brainerd at first. And a high pop second base way. Ridgely is under it, right behind second base on the edge of the outfield grass, and that'll retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the third. Rainbow 0, People 0. And Peoples at the top of the order. Risley leading off the bottom of the third. Flies out to right on the first pitch. And left-hander Callahan, now 2 1/3 in. His 10th appearance. 28 1/3 innings. He's given up 13 runs, 12 of them earned, 2.96 ERA. And here's Grabowski. Grabowski reached on an error. And a towering fly ball deep to left center. Playable for the left fielder, Hanlon. And Grabowski is retired. And here's Thad Zentek, the center fielder. Zentek, a big swing and a miss there. Zentek comes in 10 for 28 this season. And check swing. And Chamberlain looking for a strike. He's appealed over to first and looked like he had a pretty good argument. 3-1 now. Callahan. And Zentek gets the walk. 2-out walk here in the third. That is Zentek's first walk of the season. And up steps Will Woods. And the first baseman fouls back. The first pitch from Callahan. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the third. Woods 12 for 30 on the season with a 400 average. He was 4 for 4 the last time these two teams met on Sunday. And a ground ball toward the hole. And the ball will get in there. Anderson to his knees. Fires it into no let. Keeps Zentek from advancing. 2 down here. And Mac Finnegan steps up. The left fielder reached on an error by Chamberlain and was stranded at third in the second. Takes first pitch strike here. Finnegan 3 for 5 on Sunday. The last time these two teams met. A single, a double, and a home run. So nearly the cycle for him. And foul back. Tip rolls underneath the catcher. Callahan would love to keep this threat at bay and get a big out here with 2 down. Finnegan looking for his 20th run batted in of the season. Outfield deep and straight away. Nolet shaded towards second. And ball outside. So the count runs full here. 2 down and 2 on. Callahan shakes off his catcher, Pandolfi. And the payoff. And a big swing and a miss. Callahan strikes out Finnegan. A big out there to keep the threat on the base path. 2 walks, no runs. The end of 3. Rainbow 0, People 0. Fisher returns to the mound for his 4th inning of work. No runs on 1 hit, 2 walks. And Jack Johnson steps up. Johnson 8 for 22 on the season. And a line drive base hit to right field. And the leadoff batter is on for the first time tonight for Rainbow Graphics. That is Johnson's 8th. Check that, 9th hit of the season. And here's Ryan Pandolfi. And a pop foul out of play. Pandolfi grounded to short. The lead off the second. Pandolfi was 1 for 2 on Sunday. He's batting 196 on the season, and a line drive base hit past the outstretching arms of the third baseman, Jay Bonilla. And Rainbow Graphics has himself something going on here in the 4th. And the left-hand hitting Nick Anderson steps up. Foul back. Anderson looking for his 4th RBI of the season with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Rainbow Graphics looking for some redemption here. Falling to people, 16-0 on Sunday at Dunkin' Donuts Park, and a base hit to right field. Here comes Johnson, and he's going to be held up at third, and the bases will be loaded for John Nolet, the shortstop. 3 consecutive hits will send Elsner to the mound to talk to Fisher. With Woods inside of the bag with Pandolfi at first, and Anderson's hard hit ball gets past him, and here's Nolet with a huge opportunity here, and a ball in the dirt. Nolet 1 for 2 on Sunday. He's looking for his third RBI of the season. And this is the one thing that Rainbow Graphics has struggled with all year. Getting runs across. 2-1, so Fisher struggling this inning. No one out and the bases loaded. And a ball outside, so Fisher now has himself backed into a corner, 3-1. In real danger here, giving up the first run on a bases-loaded walk. Here's the 3-1, and a drive toward left will be foul, but hit hard. Skips past the walkway outside of the playing area, and Nolet's going to have to step in with a count full. Fisher looks in. He's got the sign already from Elsner. And the payoff pitch. And foul back.
Come again now.
And we'll do it all over again here. The payoff from Fisher. And a tapper toward third. Bonilla handcuffed. He throws it home. Elsner, with his foot on the plate, retires Johnson on the fielder's choice. 5-2. And here's Mike Susi. Bases loaded still with one down. Susi, the designated hitter, grounded to Bonilla at third for the first out in the third. Fisher behind again, 1-0. And now down 2-0. Ball down low. So Susi now ahead 3-0 in the count. Probably going to take here. And Fisher's stays in there with one down. Now 3-1 of Susi. And a fly ball towards center will bring Pandolfi home with the first run. And a sacrifice fly. And the second out. So Susie gets an RBI here in the top of the fourth. And Rainbow Graphics has the first run of tonight's game. And the right fielder, Zach Dalton, steps up. Thad Zentek out in center. His throw in not nearly in time on the sacrifice from Susie. Anderson at second. No let at first. And a ball high and tight. Dalton, the right fielder, went down swinging with the second out. Last inning. Fisher trying to get out of this with limited damage. And a foul ball right side. And Fisher now ahead in the count 1-2. And Dalton goes down looking, his second strikeout of the game. Cody Fisher gets out of the inning with limited damage. He leaves runners on first and second. One run in, though, for Rainbow Graphics. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. 1-0 Rainbow. Did I have that off the whole time? So we're back here in the bottom of the fourth. And for Peoples, they'll have the 6, 7, 8, bottom of the order. Bonilla, Elsner, and Malinowski. If we get any further, it'll be Duford, the second baseman. The fourth batter due up this inning. And back on the mound for Rainbow Graphics is Ryan Callahan. And the lefty Callahan gets a first pitch strike. And a fly ball towards center. Should be playable. Going back. And on a running backwards catch. Eric Brainerd with a nice play there to retire Bonilla for the first out. Callahan, the lefty, is 0-2. He pitched 2 1/3 on Sunday to take the loss over at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Ted Elsner with one down. Now ahead in the count, 2-0. Elsner 0 for 3 on Sunday. Picks up his 7th walk of the season. And he's on at first. Check that. Malinowski walked in the second and was left stranded there. And ball in the dirt. Now 2-1. Malinowski, his 8th game appearance. And the ball scoots away. Will advance Elsner to second on the walk. And Malinowski now on at first for Duford. And here comes Abruzzi. Tom Abruzzi, longtime manager of People's United. Let's see what the plan is here. With runners on first and second and nobody out, and a 9-hitter Duford here at the plate. First baseman in on the grass. And a bunt shot shows, and the ball punched foul behind the backstop. So let's see if Duford shows again on the bunt attempt, or if Abruzzi's got him swinging away. 0-1. One down here, runners on first and second, 1-0 Rainbow Graphics. And a strike at the knees puts Malinowski behind 0-2. Duford puts Duford behind 0-2. And a big swing and a miss for the second out now. And the top of the order, Jack Risley. The shortstop is flied out to center and flied out to right, leading off the first and the third. He's got a big opportunity here to put Peoples on the board with 2 down. And Fisher Callahan with a curveball outside. And the ball scoots away from Pandolfi. And the runner advances to third, Elsner. And now there's runners on first and third with 2 down. Ridgely looking for his ninth RBI this season. That's a drive to right. Playable. And a nice play there by the right fielder, Zach Dalton. So people strands two. One of them a runner on third. We go to the top of the fifth. 1-0 Rain. So here we go to the top of the fifth. Corey Fisher back on for People's United. He has 4 full in, giving up 1 run. Four hits and 2 walks. And here is Hanlon. Thrown out on a ground ball to Bonilla. And the top of the order, the center fielder, Eric Brainerd's up. Brainerd with a nice backpedaling catch. Last inning off the bat of Jay Bonilla. Up here now. Looking to get on and see if Rainbow can extend their 1-0 lead. We're in the top of the fifth. And Fisher ahead on a count 1-2. And a ground ball towards second will sneak through to the outfield. And Eric Brainerd is on. And he's going to try and get Brainerd off first. And he is just barely in there. A smart play by Jack Risley. The ball kind of dying down out there on a slow grounder, slow base hit past the second baseman. And Risley fired it in to Will Woods. See if he can catch Brainerd off the base paths. And here's Chamberlain. And there goes Brainerd. And the throw down to second is going to be late. So Brainerd has a stolen base. And Rainbow has a runner in scoring position for the third inning in a row. And a ball inside. Chamberlain was 2 for 2 on Sunday. Has a single in the first and popped out to shortstop in the third. A strike from Fisher there takes the count to 2-1. Chamberlain looking for his 4th RBI of the season. And a ground ball foul of third. And a line drive base hit to left. Here comes Brainerd. He will score. The ball is up the line, and Chamberlain will head to second. Eric Brainerd wheeling around third. And the throw well behind him will give Chamberlain a single, and he'll advance to second on the throw. And Jack Johnson steps up to the plate here, and a 2-0 Rainbow lead. And a punch base hit to left again. Chamberlain stops at third. So 3 consecutive hits here. Puts runners on first and third and 1 run in. For the 4-hitter, Ryan Pandolfi. And you can't really criticize Chamberlain for not heading home with Pandolfi at the plate. And a big swing and a miss there. Pandolfi looking for his 7th RBI of the season. And a ball in the dirt. Johnson at first, Chamberlain at third. We're in the top of the 5th, 2-0 Rainbow. Fisher in another jam here. And a strike. Puts him ahead of the count now, 1-2. Rainbow loaded the bases last inning. And a ground ball to third. Takes a hop on Bonilla over to Duford for the second out. But Pandolfi gets an RBI in the fielder's choice. So 2 down now for Eric Anderson. And Fisher fires over to Woods. Keep Pandolfi close at first. Pandolfi does not have a stolen base yet this season. And a ground ball past the pitcher. Duford fields it. Pandolfi sprinting in front of him. And Duford sends it over to Woods to retire Anderson. We have finished 4.5. It's 3-0. Rainbow.
Much better.
So here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Pitching change for Rainbow. Ryan Callanan is out and Joe Pishka is in. Pishka making his seventh appearance. He's 1-5 with 27 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 33 hits, 22 runs, only 13 of those recorded as earned. He's got a 3.33 ERA. He has given up 21 walks and 14 strikeouts. 6 games started. And he'll have to face the 2-3-4. Grabowski, Zentek, and Woods. Grabowski reached on an error in the first. Was left stranded on first. And flied out to left. And here's the first offering from Pishka. And a ground ball to short. Nolet there. Scoops it up. And he is not going to get that throw in time. So Grabowski with an infield hit. Hustling down first. Gets a leadoff runner on, and here's Thad Zentek, the center fielder. Zentek flied out to center, walked and was left stranded on second in the third. And a pop first base, Piska calling it in foul territory for the first out. So after a big afternoon on Sunday for Zentek, 3 for 5, he's now 0 for 2 with a walk this evening in the rematch against Rainbow. And here's Will Woods. A ball inside. Woods flied out to right to retire the side in the first and singled in the third. Was left stranded. And Woods with a drive towards center. Brainerd is under it. He's got room. And Woods looks like he might have just missed that one with Grabowski. And Grabowski's going to take off, and the throw down to second gets past both Anderson and Nolet. And Grabowski will head to third on the stolen base and the error. And Peoples has a runner on third now for the third time this evening. Two down and Finnegan up. Finnegan with 19 runs batted in on the season. The Weathersfield High School track just beyond the left field fence here. At Esposito Field. Count now at 1-1. And a drive to left for a rope base hit will get Grabowski in to score. And it's 3-1. Here in the fifth. And Jay Bonilla at the plate. And throw over. Jack Johnson at first, holding Mac Finnegan on. And here's the first pitch from Piska to Bonilla. 0-1. Bonilla had a sacrifice in the second and flied out to center in the fourth. And there goes Finnegan. And the ball again gets by Anderson. So another stolen base and error puts another runner on third for Peoples. A 3-1 Rainbow lead. 2 down in Bonilla. And a line drive base hit to left. Deja vu. Bonilla, his 6th RBI of the season. And Rainbow has season's lead now shaved to 1 run at 3-2. And here's the catcher, Ted Elsner. And there goes Bonilla. And this time, the throw is in there. And Rainbow thought they had him. Bonilla credited with a stolen base here. So the tying run now at second. Elsner struck out looking in the second and walked and left stranded in the fourth and on third. And a curveball from Piska puts him up 0-2. And a line drive, base hit to left. Here comes Bonilla. Here comes the throw home, and Bonilla will go back.
Go, Eric. One more here.
Elsner with his 12th hit of the season puts him on first and Bonilla on third. And timeout here. Conference. Mike Susi out on the mound with Pandolfi. And Piska working a strategy with Malinowski, the designated hitter, due up. We're in the bottom of the fifth, 2 down. Runners on first and third, 3-2. And Piska's first pitch to Malinowski. Step off.
Come on, E. Don't stop here, E. Come on, 35.
Malinowski has given up now 3 consecutive hits and 4 this inning. Looked like he was going to get out of it with minimal damage, but now he's looking at a tying run 90 feet away. Malinowski looking for his first RBI of the season. Ball inside. The designated hitter was the winning pitcher on Sunday, the last time these two teams met. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, no runs. And he's got a different role here. See if he can give his team another run this inning in a 3-3 tie. He gets a walk. And the base is loaded. For the second baseman, Grant Duford. And a swing and a miss there. Duford looking for his first RBI of the season. And a ball inside. Duford struck out twice. Once looking in the second. And now down 1-2. And a pop foul. And a ball outside. Pishka in his second. And a ground ball to third. He'll just tag the bag. Chamberlain unassisted. And Rainbow gives up 2 runs, but at the end of 5, 3-2, Rainbow. Cody Fisher back out on the mound for People's United here in the top of the 6th. Fisher gave up a single run in the 4th and 2 runs in the 5th. Fisher now working into the 6th inning for the 5th time this season. His longest stint was 6 2/3 on July 11th against South Windsor Phillies in a 10-0 win. here thus far tonight. He's given up 6 hits and 1 walk. And he'll have to face Nolet, Susie, and Dalton. Nolet grounded the short in the second. Fielder's choice RBI in the fourth. And a ball down low. And a drive toward right center is going to fall in there. And Nolet heading towards second. And he'll have himself a stand-up double. The lead off the 6th. And for the second time in 3 innings, Rainbow has a leadoff runner on. And a pinch hitter for Mike Susie. Number 24, Edison Galan. And a line drive toward third. Backhanded there by Bonilla. Skips off his heel of his glove and ends up on the grass and left. Galan is on with the error. And here's Dalton. For Galan, his 3rd hit of the season. Let's check that. His 6th at bat, his 4th game appearance. Fly ball center field, playable. We'll get Nolet home. Dalton has a sacrifice. One down, and now Rainbow gets one back here in the 6th and a 4-2 lead. Galan's still on at first. And here is the left fielder Hanlon. Walked in the 3rd, left stranded at 2nd. And led off the 5th, a ground ball out to Bonilla. One down, it's 4-2 Rainbow. Here in the 6th. And a strike on the inside part of the plate. Cody Fisher still working. And a ball inside. Runs the count now 3-1. And now count full. Galan without a stolen base. And Hanlon goes down for the second out. And Eric Brainerd who's been on base twice with a walk in the third and a single in the fifth. He scored Rainbow's second run of the game. And people looking for a strike there. The count runs 1-1. Brainerd with his 7th run scored of the season last inning. And the ball inside here puts Brainerd in charge at 3-1. Galan on at first. And the pitch. Brainerd takes a strike on the outside corner. Brainerd's got a triple and a home run this season. And a ball low. We'll move Galan to second. And here comes Evan Chamberlain, who singled Brainerd in last inning. And Tom Abruzzi going to his bullpen. Cody Fisher is finished for tonight. He goes 5 2/3, and he'll be responsible for the 2 runners on base. There's the right-hander, Jeff Keenan. Keenan making his 7th appearance. He's 2-3. He's given up 40 hits in 20 innings. The 8.05 ERA. 32 runs, 23 of them earned. 8 walks and 10 strikeouts. His walk and hits per inning pitched is north of 2. But with 2 down, Abruzzi's looking to see if his right-hander can get out of this inning with no damage. Evan Chamberlain now coming up. Talked to Chamberlain before today's game, and he said that he was still hopeful for this Rainbow Graphics team, despite the fact they only have 4 wins. They're on the top of things right now at 4-2. And Keenan now at 1-1. And fouled back. Keenan, a hard-throwing right-hander. I had an account here, 1-2, with 2 down. And a ball up high. Galan at second. Brainerd at first. And Keenan steps off. Outfield straight away. And a pop foul. Unplayable. Left side of the infield is back deep on the edge of the grass. And Keenan gets Chamberlain looking for a big third out. Chamberlain goes down on strikes looking. Keenan comes in and shuts the door. At the end of 5.5, it's 4-2 Rainbow. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the 6th, we got a couple changes here for Rainbow. Evan Chamberlain on the pitch. He relieves Pishka. And he will have to face the top of the order, Risley, Grabowski, and Zentek. Risley unable to reach in 3 at-bats. Led off the first and the third. Flied out to center and right, and then flied out to retire the side in the 4th. Chamberlain on here for Rainbow Graphics. Chamberlain making his 7th appearance on the mound. He's 0-3. In 22 and a third innings, he's given up 32 hits, 31 runs, 26 of them earned. in his career, he's 6-7 with a 3.94 ERA. And he's ahead in account here to Risley, 0-2. And a ground ball, hard hit toward first, and Risley's going to get on. So Jack Risley is on for the first time this evening, here to lead off the sixth. And Grabowski is up. Grabowski reached on an error in the first, flied out to left in the third, singled and scored. In the fifth. And a high fly ball toward third base side. No let. Here's Zentek. And a line drive right at Chamberlain. And fires it over to Jack Johnson, who's got Risley moving. And just like that, whatever threat Peoples might have had in the sixth is squashed. With a hard hit ball back to Chamberlain. And the line drive retires Zentek and Risley on the double play. We go to the seventh. 4-2, Rainbow. Yeah, that ball was hit hard. And Chamberlain has like an unorthodox kind of like wind up.
He's got a
And
weird like hop down.
yep.
And to be able to catch it off balance like that,
Yeah.
that's insane.
You know, I've seen a couple other major league players, like at the pro level,
Yeah.
have like a similar kind of like that little secondary step that they got.
Crow hop thing.
Yeah, little crow hop. Yeah.
It's interesting. He throws pretty hard. Works for him.
So Jack Johnson will lead off here in the top of the seventh. Rainbow looking to see if they can get an insurance run or two. They're up 4-2. Looking for some redemption. And first pitch inside at the feet of Johnson for a ball. And a high pop, third base side, will not be in play on the sidewalk side of the fence there. Jack Johnson, a .333 career hitter. And foul back. And a line drive down the line is going to be fair, and Johnson will be on with his third hit of the game. The all-important leadoff batter here in the top of the seventh. Ryan Pandolfi steps up. And he's hit on the first pitch. With no one out and 2 on. And a fly ball toward right. Could be trouble. And the ball's going to fall in. And here comes, and unbelievable. Johnson rounding third. Gets tangled up in his own feet. And the right fielder, Grabowski, with a great attempt out there. The ball falls out of his glove. Is able to recover. And a ground ball to third. Bonilla quickly to home. Elsner not able to hold on to it. And Johnson will score. And the bases will still be loaded. Pandolfi at third. Anderson at second. Nolet on at first with the fielder's choice. And a ball in the dirt. No one out here in the top of the seventh. Pishka and infield in. Ground ball to second. Duford gets the force on the throw to Elsner. Retires Pandolfi. So now Piska on at first. Nolet moves to second. Anderson over to third and 1 down for Dalton. Working quickly here this inning. Keenan now ahead 0-2. Dalton has struck out twice and has a sacrifice RBI last inning. Scored no lot. And the ball gets away from Keenan. And here comes Eric Anderson to score. In 2 huge runs in here in the top of the seventh. Nolet still at second. And Piska on at first. Dalton at 1-0. And ball outside. And pop foul on the full count. And he steps off, and he's got no let well off the bag, but the throw behind him. No let back in safely. In 62 and 2/3 innings before tonight's appearance, Keenan has given up 76 hits. And a line drive toward left. And Nolet is going to be caught, thinking that there were 2 down. And that'll squat. Nolet caught off third.
Oh, we got 3 more. Let's go. Come on.
We go to the bottom of the 7th. 6-2. Rainbow. Chamberlain will be back on for Rainbow Graphics here in the bottom of the 7th. For Evan Chamberlain.
Let's go. I want that bat. What the fuck?
This is his 23rd game appearance as a pitcher. His 9th in relief. He'll have to face Woods, Finnegan, and Bonilla. Woods has been kept off the bases. Oh, has 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd. Flied out to right in the 1st and to center in the 5th. And Woods now behind in the count, 0-2. And a line drive foul of first. No chance there. Woods trying to get on here. Oh, and he does get on. Hit on the left side shoulder. And here's Mac Finnegan. Finnegan, a dangerous hitter. A big swing and a miss there. Finnegan, his first season here with the Greater Hartford Twilight League. Ball fouled back behind the plate. Brings the count to 1-2. Will Woods on it first. He can run. He's a big guy, but he can run. We've seen it. Johnson holding him on. Chamberlain looks over. And a ball inside. No one out here in the bottom of the 7th. A 2-2 offering from Chamberlain. Ball down low. Beautiful, comfortable night out here in Wethersfield. No lights on the field, so if we have any extended innings, it'll be a ground ball towards short. Nolet fields it over to Anderson. Anderson over to first, and not in time to turn the double play. But they get the lead runner, Woods, for the first out. Finnegan on at first now, and Bonilla steps up to the plate. And a ball punch toward first. Right to Johnson. And now 2 down. And Ted Elsner will be the last chance for Peoples in a 6-2 game. Here's a pitch from Chamberlain. Ground ball, foul of third. Elsner in his 4th season here with Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball. Struck out in the 2nd. Walked in the 4th and singled in the 5th. And the ball gets past Elsner, and a throw down to second is way over the head of Nolet. The ball gets past Pandolfi there. So Finnegan advances on the pass ball. And Elsner 1-2. And 2 down. And a fly ball towards center. Brainerd coming on. He will make the attempt, and the ball falls out of his glove. Finnegan will score. Elsner will head to second. A ball to the right center field gap. Slaps off of Brainerd's glove. And Elsner's on at second. A run is in. It's now 6-3. And a ball right off the plate. Pandolfi fires over to Johnson, and the game is over. Evan Chamberlain comes on to finish the game. A 2-inning of work for Chamberlain. He gives up 1 run. He retires Malinowski for the final out. A big win for Rainbow Graphics tonight as they redeem themselves after a tough outing on Sunday. Rainbow Graphics moves to 5-15 on the season. Peoples falls to 13-8. And depending upon what happens between East Hartford and South Windsor, wins. Greater Hartford Twilight League appreciates you listening and following us live stream tonight and every night. We have an opportunity. Macon Jeffries, our producer tonight. I'm Dan Sackey with your play-by-play. Tonight's final score: Rainbow Graphics 6, Peoples United 3.